Our most enchanting stay in Granada was now behind us, and the fascinating Sierra Nevada, sheltering the Costa del Sol, stood between us and that little piece of Britain, Gibraltar, where we planned to spend a couple of days. Southern Spain gained a special place in our hearts. It's the kind of country where motoring is always a pleasure. It is hot. In fact, it's the hottest part of Europe. But it's where we drank water and squashes by the day and local wine with the local people by the evening, and all under the shelter of the blue or starlit Andalusian sky. At 11 a.m, after a night camp just south of Malaga, we finally sighted Gibraltar, where we went through the simple formalities of passport stamping and then called in at the nearest petrol station to fill up at just 3 6 a gallon. Gibraltar is small, and most of it consists of this large piece of rock sticking up as a great navigational aid. And that's where we first went to climb, and it's from the roadway that all of Gibraltar can be seen, including its famous docks that sheltered so many Royal Naval ships during both the World Wars. Of course, our main purpose for the climb was to see the famous barbary apes, the only example of apes living naturally on the continent of Europe. Though they are natives, they have had to be protected to ensure their survival. There were originally two separate packs competing for a limited food supply, so cages were built to protect the younger ones. Nevertheless, their numbers did dwindle, so they were restocked from North Africa, and today the cages only serve as a quarantine. The army has a duty to see that the animals are well fed, for it is said that so long as the barbary ape lives on the colony, the British too will remain. Though these delightful yet sometimes vicious animals are called apes, they are in fact a species of tailless monkey, and while many stories exist establishing their presence, it is fairly certain that they were brought over by the Moors during their occupation of southern Spain. Like humans, they give birth to only one offspring at a time. Only one set of twins has ever been recorded. The parents seem to have a full-time job looking after one baby, so I suppose it's just as well. Mum and Dad were doing their searching, we decided it was time to do our own, searching for souvenirs in Gibraltar's bazaar-like high street. We also took a super lunch of swordfish in one of the many fine restaurants. The businesses of the colony are almost entirely monopolised by Asians, whose forefathers had been servants to British Army officers in India. They travelled with their masters for a spell of duty in Gibraltar before coming home. The servants were discharged when the officers sailed the last leg to England. Before leaving for our tour of Western Andalusia and Portugal, we placed flowers on two graves, the graves of a lost-off man and his wife, who had died the previous Christmas when the Greek cruise liner Laconia was destroyed by fire off Casablanca.